64,000 is the median number of words per book. Average person reads about 200 words per minute. Simple math will tell us that is one book in 320 minutes. To accomplish this in 7 days, numbers say you would have to read for 45 minutes a day. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that notification button, like, comment, and share. Enjoy. Hello, and happy day. How does slowing down sound to you today? Would you like to reduce the noise for just a bit? Are you ready to make a choice and decide to listen? My name is Igor S.F. Walker. I'm here to remind people to slow down, to reduce the noise, to walk their lives into a natural flow. Welcome back to the Book of the Week series. Every week, as I read another amazing title, I share it with the world. And today, we look at the Patriarch, the remarkable life and turbulent times of Joseph P. Kennedy by David Nasaw. In this video, we look at the Patriarch of one of the most known families in the history of the United States of America. Amazing biography and an inside look into history and important players that define it. A look at a person we can all learn a lot from, and yes, both sides of the coin. Things we can do and things we might not want to do. After all, we have a choice. And where there is a plus, there's also a minus. It is on us to find the ground, to find the balance. Stick around until the end and find out how you can discover what are some of the things you do yourself and also why. What are the hidden motivators behind the scenes we're sometimes not even aware of? Joseph P. Kennedy has been vilified and has been dismissed as an appeaser, as an isolationist, an anti-Semite, a Nazi sympathizer even, an unprincipled womanizer, a treacherous and vengeful scoundrel who made millions as a bootlegger and a Wall Street swindler, then used those millions to steal elections for his son. Tales of his immoralities, his mischiefs, and his criminal associations have multiplied one on top of another until they have pushed into the background every other aspect of his and his family's remarkable story. That there is some truth to these allegations is indisputable, but they tell only a part of a larger, grander, more complicated history. Joseph P. Kennedy was a man of boundless talents, magnetic charm, relentless energy, and unbridled ambition. His life was punctuated by meteoric rises, catastrophic falls, numerous rebirths, by cascading joys and blinding sorrows, and by a tragic ending, near Shakespearean in its pathos. An Irish Catholic from East Boston. He was proud of his heritage, but he refused to be defined by it. He fought to open doors that were closed to him. Then, having forced his way inside, he refused to play by the rules. He spoke his mind when he should not have. Too often he let his fears speak for him. He was distrustful, often contemptuous of those in power, and did not disguise it. His anger and his hatred were legendary, especially to those who he believed had betrayed him. Had Joseph P. Kennedy not been the patriarch of the America's first family, his story would not be worth telling, but that he was only adds to its drama and historical significance. His primary goal as a young man was to make so much money that his children would not have to make any and could devote their lives to public service. He accomplished that much before he was 40. He took his role as a parent of 9 seriously. We too often write our histories from the viewpoint of the insiders, of the winners, and in consigning to the dustbin the views, the ideas, the sorrows, the hopes and fears of those who were forced to or chose to remain on the outside, we diminish our past, robbing history of its density, of its richness, of its vitality. And in re-examining the life of Joseph P. Kennedy, we relive our recent past. And we discover in it much we did not know was there. Kennedy was determined from the moment war was declared to do everything he could to remain out of uniform and stay stateside. As an Irish Catholic, he had no great love for the English and no desire to risk his life to protect the British Empire. As a young father, whose second son, John Fitzgerald Kennedy, had been born on May 29, 1917, he believed his first responsibility was to his family. As an ambitious young banker, he did not want to interrupt his career to spend time in the trenches. Trading on the insider information was not illegal and would not become illegal until Kennedy, as the first chair of the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, made it so in the 1935. But it was also not failure-proof. As an East Bostonian Irish Catholic outsider, struggling to be allowed inside, he was willing to take financial risks, but not those associated with illegal activities, such as bootlegging. The charge that Joseph P. Kennedy was a bootlegger appeared only once during his lifetime. He learned through experience that the best way to get a job was to act as if one didn't need it or want it. Do me a favor, and in the comments below, let me know, what do you believe is the best way to get a project or a job you are interested in? He made his money as a trader, not an investor. He bought on bad news, and then he sold on good news. During his years in the picture business, he stepped up his trading activity, taking full advantage of the insider knowledge he was privy to. He generated rumors, he planted stories, he spread gossip to drive prices up or down, depending on whether he was selling or buying. Rarely, if ever, did he hold on to a stock or a bond for very long. He preferred getting out with generous profits rather than waiting for downfalls. With an accurate degree of persistence, Carter predicted that if Kennedy accepted the appointment, he would return from London defeated, his reputation destroyed, and his path towards higher office blocked. And he was right. Kennedy was unprepared to serve as an ambassador. His businessman skill, his head for numbers, his negotiating talents, his knowledge of domestic finance and markets, and his flair for publicity have served him well at the SEC and the Maritime Commission, but they would not help him in London. Nor would his supreme self-confidence, his sense that he knew best, prepare him for a job in which he would have to answer to the Secretary of State for everything he said or did. Joseph Kennedy has battled all his life to become an insider, to get inside the Boston banking establishment, to inside Hollywood, inside the Roosevelt circle of trusted advisors. But he had never been able to accept the reality that being an insider meant sacrificing something to the team. His sense of his own wisdom and unique talents was so overblown that he truly believed that he could stake out an independent position for himself and still remain a trusted and vital part of the Roosevelt team. The saying goes, to be Irish is to know that sooner or later the world will break your heart. For someone on whom the gods lavished every blessing, as well as one hell of a proverbial luck of the Irish, Joe Kennedy was possessed of pessimism that ran deeper than the Mariana Trench, and yet in the end, his suspicion that the cosmic deck was stacked against him was weirdly and tragically validated when in 1969 this vibrantly alive man, who over a lifetime generated more energy than a nuclear reactor, died after 8 years as a drooling, stroke-afflicted paralytic, able to utter only one word, no. He had outlived 4 of his beloved 9 children. With all the wins and losses, positives and negatives, all the stories describing events and experiences, or fabricated and imagined ones, one line, just one simple yet profound line associated with the last name Kennedy, goes into eternity. Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. And there you have it. Please, do help out. It is easy. Simply like this video so more people can enjoy it. Share it too and spread the word. Leave a comment and share your thoughts. Subscribe to my channel and stay up to date. And the link to this book is in the description below. So buy it and read. Never stop learning, especially learning about yourself and nature. So gift yourself by taking the free human needs test on my website and find out what actually motivates you. What innate human need is driving all of your decisions and your behavior? And if you feel you are ready to improve your self-awareness, your social awareness, your self-management and relationship management even further, do check out my Master of Life Awareness program. The links are in the description below. Thank you. Love and respect.